Yeah, so, okay, you want to hear some real bull. Remember Krull? It was like from the 80s, right? And everybody like craps all over that film. It's a great movie. It was originally like supposed to be a Dungeons and Dragons movie. A lot of people don't know that. I read it on a forum. Anyway, it's a Dungeons and Dragons film, and they just they lost the license or something, and they like filed the serial number off. And so that was going to be like a legit fantasy film based on Dungeons and Dragons in the middle of the Dungeons and Dragons like fervor of the early 80s. It's, they had the glaive, and then and then he's like shooting the fire out of his hand. It was super cool.
Can we start?
Let's do this.
So anyway,
Making a ballistic gelatin head.
Doran from punishprops.com. Last time you cut off Jason's head and mounted it on a pike. What do you got for us this time?
Well, when we did that, we made a mold. This is a negative cavity. I've displayed a negative cavity in Jason's head.
kill it!
We're gonna put a skull in it, and we're gonna fill it with Jell-O. Done. All done.
It's gonna be a great episode.
In the past, I have tried making ballistics gel, this sort of gelatin that you would use to test ammunition.
This is what forensics people do to see the penetrating power of various firearms, that kind of stuff.
I've done that before on a smaller scale in a mask mold, and it worked. So I thought, hey, let's take it to the next level. Do the same thing with his head, specifically with Jason. This is what I was thinking. I was in the shower.
Yep. I want all of the satisfaction of shooting Jason in the face without going to jail.
Yes. But to take it to the next level, I got a skull.
Okay.
And I've prepared it.
What is this?
Fiberglass, I think. At least it smelled like fiberglass when I drilled holes in it.
Oh my God, you know of course you would. Why wouldn't you?
This is gonna go in the mold. We're gonna mix up some ballistics gel, fill up the mold, and hopefully there will be this skull encased in a copy of your face.
Oh, so we're gonna pour the ballistics gel into here and then insert the skull to give it a skeleton.
Yes. So the first thing is gonna be to put this in the mold before we close it up because it won't fit in the neck hole.
Okay, so we gotta open it up.
Peel that guy out.
We'll hold the alien autopsy open.
Like that, there we go.
Face hugger is coming.
And it does fit just so, probably with about a ½ an inch all the way around.
So how are we gonna make sure that it sort of floats in the right spot? Because
You're
right
gonna
now it's
hold
just-
it.
You're gonna hold it in the refrigerator
Overnight.
yeah. So this gets clamshelled back into the rigid. You can let go of that.
Okay.
We're gonna have to position it. There's a big strip of tape right there, Jason. If you can grab that for me. Just wrap that around here to keep it shut.
That's good.
Super great.
And you run that right on there.
It's got a tape to itself.
Yeah. Tape.
Oh,
to the tape.
Okay.
Tape don't stick to Vaseline.
I didn't think this would be the hardest part. It's gonna be a lot of liquid weight in there. We wanna make sure it's fairly secure.
Okay.
I'm pushing the seam back together.
Okay, and that was the zigzag
Yeah.
that threads back together so that you don't get a big ugly seam on the back.
So now the trick is positioning the skull so that it's not touching any of the sides.
And if we do it exactly right, it will be roughly in the middle. I feel like the skull's gonna be, your face will be looking one way, your skull's gonna be looking slightly off.
Just a little bit, which I actually do have that disorder.
Oh, so that's what happened.
Yeah.
This is the front, this is the back. I made this piece of wood to hold it there.
Okay.
So that when I can't see down in there, I'll know which way is frontward.
Okay.
Or at least straightward. So.
But we gotta fill it with the stuff first and then shim it?
Yeah, actually, that's a really good idea. I was gonna do it a different way, but that's better.
Hey, well then so we gotta make the stuff, right?
We're gonna fill it with the gelatin, and then we can position it, and then my idea is that this will hold it kind of in place, and we'll hot glue it there.
Yeah, all right, that works.
So.
Oh, you can hot glue all around, everything.
Yeah. Cool, so let's go mix up some ballistics gelatin.
Do we do that here or where?
We're gonna do that in the kitchen.
Oh, yes, we have a kitchen now.
Walt, Jesse, you ready to cook?
Let's cook this.
Okay, so to be clear, real ballistics gel is used to exactly mimic human flesh. We're gonna do an easier approximation, right?
absolutely.
We know there's not real ballistics gel. Close enough for us.
Close enough. It's really easy and fast and cheap too. It's like $10 worth of gelatin and water. That's it. I'm glad that opened. We need water, and we're gonna go with about 4 liters, which is
The capacity of a human head.
there you go. So could you please put 4 liters of cold, make sure it's cold water in the bucket.
And this is 1 pound of gelatin
1 pound.
of Knox unflavored gelatin.
Straight, the best Amazon has to offer.
So when I made the fake tongues for the skewer through tongue trick, I used hard bloom gelatin, which is a huge pain in the butt because you got to boil it at the right consistency. You got to keep it moving and blending. It gets air bubbles that get locked in. I'll be really interested to see how much easier this version is.
Here's a stirring stick. It's okay if you get your hand wet, but
Oh,
you're gonna stir.
Stirring stick, not a tasting stick.
Got
Okay.
it, yeah. And we're gonna slowly add a little bit at a time, and you're gonna mix it in. What I've been told is that stirring it cold means you will not get as many clumps or bubbles.
Do I need to stir it faster, at this pace?
You're doing just
slower?
Perfect.
Do I need to juke a little bit?
Yes, but please show us what juking looks like. Okay, that's some.
It's different settings.
I could tell you practice.
You're the human blender.
Yeah, it's different settings.
We're gonna keep doing this. Eventually, it'll start to set up and kind of feel a little bit like applesauce.
Mmm. Appetizing.
Yeah, you actually don't want those bubbles.
It's
Jason.
okay though.
Oh, okay. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, because eventually, I'm thinking of the hard bloom gelatin, those bubbles will actually freeze into the eventually dried, cooled mass.
Yeah.
I found that people prefer not to have bubbles so you can see through the gel, so you can see where bullets went.
So you may want to just sort of break up those clumps, agitate them a little bit, because the two enemies are clumps and bubbles.
Yeah, that was one of Eddie Murphy's worst films.
You could double your stirring power, sir.
Hold on.
I'm gonna Wolverine this shit.
Oh, yeah. Think you're the only one who can pull off a Wolverine, Doran?
Yeah.
Oh, man, he's got the tasting stick.
What? Don't sully the tasting stick. I put that in my mouth.
Is there still honey on that?
Probably.
There is. There's definitely honey.
Do it, dude. And then put it in your
I'll
mouth.
use that to get the clumps out. And I'm not afraid to get it really put a ton of gelatin in there. The test that I did felt really thick.
Yeah.
But the final product was awesome.
Good.
Oh, yeah?
Good.
It was much more durable than I thought it would
So
be.
you were thinking at first that it was going to be too much gelatin?
Yes.
Here, may I?
Yeah, go for it.
Here, this was my technique on making the tongues, was just
Oh.
the lightest dusting. Dude, we're getting there. We're almost there.
Yeah,
You feeling it?
smells so bad.
I think your technique definitely results in fewer clumps. Okay, cool. Why don't we try and strain some of those clumps out? So we can just sort of get them out of there.
Okay.
They're fairly big. They're pretty easy to find.
It looks so gross.
It'll actually be a lot smoother once we heat it up a little bit. All right, to heat it, instead of putting it, you can throw all that away, Jason. We don't need any of that. That's really gross.
No, wait, get gross.
That's the grossest Wolverine of all time.
This is Logan 2 when he's even older. He's just like...
He's got 4 for some reason. No. I'm the best there is at what I do. What I do is really sticky.
What I do is stir gelatin. So instead of heating it with like a stove, we can just use this plastic bucket. I'm gonna plug the sink. Hot water will warm up our mixture enough
Okay.
that it'll turn back into a kind of a liquid, and then we can pour it in the head.
Got it.
Will that help take care of any of the chunks? Like maybe they'll dissolve in the heat?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, this is wild. You can see already how it's thinner at the edges
Yeah.
and more viscous in the middle. So you do want to keep it spinning around.
Yeah.
So the whole thing gets nice and clear like that.
So this will take a little time just because it's a very gentle heat to work the heat into this cold.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
still quite cold.
This is maybe 110 degrees or so.
Yeah, but I can feel the heat through the side of it.
Yeah, it's very applesaucey.
At what point do we know we're ready?
It will turn back into a liquid. It will
Oh.
be completely liquid.
Oh, okay. And then we're gonna pour it back into the mold.
Yeah, I will say when I did it, I had a metal pan. That was
transfers
really, really
a
fast.
lot
Yeah.
faster, yeah.
I did first try it in a Pyrex thing, and that
It didn't work?
Not
So
at
you're
all.
saying insulating things not so
Yeah,
good.
not as good. Yeah,
it's a plastic
conducting.
bucket,
Yeah,
yeah.
conducting is what we want.
Do you want me to get the torch and just heat up the water?
If you think that would be fun, then
No,
yeah.
I think that's a terrible idea.
Is that doing anything, you think?
I mean, it's making the water hotter.
Probably.
Probably not very well. So we're gonna just pour it in as much as we can in the pot.
Oh, that's good.
No, it's good. It's perfect.
Oh, okay.
All right, now stir.
You can't go rough when you're on a floating boat of gelatin. Whatever floats your boat. I'll tell you what floats my boat is slow, sensual stirring. Hi, it's me, gelatinous mass. And I'm here for that gelatinous ass. Don't give me no sass. I'm eating some bass.
I love it when you're on to something, and then it's like, you know what? I don't really have anything, so I'm just gonna rhyme words.
That's my trick.
That's your trick. I'm on to you.
You busted my algorithm, man.
Like, Brian doesn't know where he's going with the joke. He's been rhyming words for 5 minutes now.
Oh, look at that. That is...
What is that? What's happening?
That's called clear. It's time. Remember you wondered when it would be time?
Not yet. It's almost there, though.
It's getting close. Skim, a little skimmage. Yeah.
I love that we get a professional prop maker in here so we can bring him down to our
I love
level.
that he clearly belongs with, he's one of us. I think we're good.
Yeah,
I
we're
think
definitely.
that's plenty clear.
That looks
I think we
about
can
like
see
when I
through
had it when I did my.
Okay, so now, do we want to put it back in the bucket so that it's easy to pour with the nozzle on there?
Yes, let's do that.
Good call.
Yeah, that would be difficult to pour. Head is in the sink.
Okay.
We're gonna fill it up with that and then position this. We have time to position this.
Okay,
No rush. So
great.
all we have to do is slowly and carefully
Okay.
pour that in the neck hole.
You got it?
Boy, that's a real phrase that was just spoken.
I just hope it doesn't start leaking out the
Oh,
side.
please don't leak.
How often does that happen when you've got a mold and then everything just leaks out? Is that like a common problem?
Usually the first time you make a mold, that's when you find out if there are any issues.
So I guess we would have spotted it when we put the expanding foam in there.
Maybe the expanding foam is such a high viscosity though, it doesn't want to sneak out through tiny cracks.
Yeah.
This stuff is really low viscosity compared
I
to...
think we're good.
Yeah.
Oh.
So basically, we know which way is straight based on my lines there. It's touching now, and we want to raise it not very far.
A little less than an inch.
Yeah. So this goes over.
All the way down, and then you raised it an inch.
And it is touching, and then I'm going to raise it
Okay.
and use hot glue. And that is good. We'll let that set up, and it can go in the fridge.
How do we make sure that this doesn't twist in our picking it up and maneuvering it? Should I hot glue this part too?
Go for it. All the hot glue. I brought 3 sticks.
So now we've got something locking it in on the height and locking it in on the, would that be torque? Left, right, twist? On the height and the twist?
Yaw.
Roll.
Telemetry.
We're sciencey.
Yeah. The viewers, they love it. So
last
when
thing
we
you
get
need-
sciencey.
So here, I'll
that
go
it can
clean this
stay
bucket.
upright.
You guys make sure no gnomes steal that.
Okay. We want it in the bucket so it stays upright in the fridge.
Yeah, I've actually had a lot of practice putting heads in refrigerators. So.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
The sacrificial head and place it inside the ceremonial bucket. Here,
Man.
hold these two sides because I can't fit my hands in
If
them.
I had a nickel.
Oh, great. So now it's balanced on there?
Yeah.
Great.
And then that goes in the fridge.
Dude,
We have a tiny fridge.
tell me it fits. Does it fit?
It fits.
It fits.
Fits.
Barely.
Tell me it closes. It closes!
Sticky high fives. Yeah.
It's
Tonight,
like
we pray.
it's like this fridge was meant for holding human heads.
Yeah. Certainly won't lose sleep tonight thinking, boy, I hope we didn't put a failure in the fridge.
Although, to be honest, if it is a failure, it's going to be pretty great.
Yeah.
All right, dude, moment of truth.
Yep.
It's the next day. We did make extra of the gelatin because we wanted to fill in the rest of the neck.
Let's-
Here, take a look. Take a
Let's
look.
bounce a coin off of this or something. I want to show how.
Just drop it.
Like that?
Will it come out?
Yeah, you got it. You got it.
Look at how it's way more firm than I expected. I mean, look at that.
Yeah, it's definitely not completely flesh-like. You know, I feel like I could reach in and claw. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
See, you could rip. You can't do that to flesh. So this is just really,
you
really
can't.
hard.
I had to do it one time in Mexico.
But this is a good approximation for sure. You guys want to place a bet on how we did on this?
Oh, somewhere between mediocre and exceptional. Here, I'll just cut that off.
Oh, you got it.
I don't know what kind of breakdown I'm going to have upon seeing my own gelatinous visage emerge from this plaster cocoon.
Yeah, I think whatever we have will be functional, but I am pessimistic / scared about whether or not
How
the
it's
skull
going to look.
lines up.
Oh yeah,
Look at that.
I'm thinking the skull is not going to line up.
Oh, this is the moment.
All right, so we take the jacket off.
Oh, that's right. Okay, I was like, that's not it at all.
What happened? Careful, because it's going to be glued here.
Yeah,
so.
here, well, I'm peeling it off the top first. There we go. And then
glue.
that hot
Got
glue
it?
will break off.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, it's tearing. It's fine. Oh, it does look lined up, though.
Careful on his ears. Yeah, I just took part of his ear off.
Oh, that's right.
It's okay.
It's all right.
All right, I'm gonna lift this up, and you very gently.
Jello me needs his ears.
Jello me.
You can have them back. They're still in the mold.
Jello Jason.
Okay.
Hold on, his nose is sticking. Wait for it.
It's amazing.
That's close enough for me.
So good.
You've got a tiny skull and a Jason face. Oh my god.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's so good.
All right, hold on. I wanted to do this forever.
Gentle, don't. Okay. I'm waiting for his nose to go flying up. We need this thing.
Oh, that's
Slap
fantastic.
the nose right off my face.
Holy cow.
This is as good as I could have hoped it to work out.
Well, hello, everyone. Just as handsome in gelatinous form.
All right, so we got a head. That just means he needs a body.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
You're flying too close to the sun.
Gone too far, Brushwood.
The changeling. He's morphing again.
That's gonna look grotesque.
With a disproportionately large head.
This is deeply disturbing.
Brian, don't do it. You'll anger his people.
We have to send a message.
No. He's just a young changeling.
This is fiberglass, right?
Yeah.
I should probably have like masks.
Has anyone checked
yeah.
the injury counter to see what we're at? Summon the power of the immortal Iron Fist. Here we go. Like unto a thing of iron.
This is already the best episode.
We gotta get somebody to teach us some cool katas. 'Cause I'm just going by stuff I saw in video games.
Okay.
Give me.
Look, it loosened, so we got a nice plate for his head to rest on.
Oh, that's great.
Perfect.
Hold on, guys, I have an important announcement.
Oh my god.
That's all, I'm ready.
All right, mount.
The coronation.
Oh, I don't like this at all. It's like a grotesque mini-me.
This is the greatest thing we've ever done. Oh my god.
No!
Wait.
Hello, Jason. We meet again.
Oh, this is...
Murphy. I am making babies and will take over the world. Wait.
Eat of me and join the collective.
No! No! Why did...
We are one now. The changeling shall conquer all.
I should have known better. I should have known he was gonna do that. Are you gonna swallow it?
Yes.
Which one do I hit? Which one do I hit?
Weapons are useless. Only projectiles
Kill anything that's not me.
It's actually not.
All right, here. Quick.
Okay.
He must be destroyed.
Yeah.
Set him up over here.
Okay, what are we hitting him with first?
Eye protection. No. No, I mean put on eye protection.
It's his kryptonite! Brian's got the secret, he hates goggles!
I only have these homemade ninja stars that we made in a previous episode. Stand back. Whoops. I trimmed his beard. I poked his cheek. Ah! That's right in an artery.
Oh, yeah, you
Yeah, yeah.
I pierced his ear.
I mean,
all right, hold on. Let me see
not
what
that
else.
we know where his arteries are, but...
His ears are impenetrable.
Oh, his tough ballistic skin is too thick. We must use bigger armaments.
Upgrade. Do you want to slingshot one of these at him?
Oh,
no,
yeah.
I'm called that. That's as good. Actually, yes, I do.
I'm really good at shooting ninja stars out of slingshots.
I'm gonna hide behind the head of the changeling.
I'm going PUBG style.
All right. And go. And my first try.
Oh, so close. Third one.
I feel like if this were XCOM, he would be like flanking by this point, be a little bit closer with every time Bill misses.
I mean, considering how good I am at Fortnite, I'm surprised that I'm not.
Oh, so close, so close.
Ah!
the giant yellow head.
A little bit higher. Oh, not that high.
I would like to point out that I was aiming perfectly until you told me to aim higher.
Turn off your targeting computer.
Okay.
Oh, turn it
That's,
back on.
All right, we're just going blowgun style.
All right, yeah. Whoa, a glancing blow. I think this is quite literally our last darts. Oh! Oh, that's awesome.
Oh yeah.
You pierced him right in his brain. His brainstem.
Yeah.
And it's in that spot in the movies where people like.
Oh my God, that was the best thing ever. Bill Doran, thank you for giving me my new best friend.
You're welcome.
Where can people see more of your stuff?
Punishprops.com. We got all sorts of prop and custom making tutorials, molding
man,
and
look,
casting.
You're busy building with your new BFF, Adam Savage.
That's right. Over at tested.com, doing a bunch of shooting with those guys. A lot of really fun stuff.
Not as
Although
fun
we didn't make a ballistics shell head.
By the way, I want to put this back in the fridge immediately because I have big plans for this guy. No!
Oh, it's still alive!
I'll get you someday. I was afraid he's gonna fall off.
I'll take him. Thank you.
I'm having some legit nightmares.
This is definitely an alien changeling and nothing else. Anybody who thinks that something else is grossly mistaken.